Hello and welcome to episode 14 of Project Delta. This episode will be available until April 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, I would like to say sorry about last episode. I accidentally uploaded just the wrong audio file, basically. When I record these, I have to kind of mute the audio in the editing software and like to be able to record because then I hear my voice and it's feedback and it's weird, but sometimes I forget to unmute it. So if you ever switch over to a Klingon audio track and it's just blank, that's probably why. I just forgot to unmute it. I don't really want that to interfere with this though, so it was down for about 3 hours yesterday, and I basically want the episodes to stay up for as long as I intended them to stay up. So because that one was 3 hours later than I intended, because the whole audio mix up, I'm going to leave it available for 3 extra hours today, even after this episode is released. And if that ever happens, that's just going to be the protocol, basically. So if you miss an episode, or like if the episode is accidentally uploaded late, then that's basically what's going to happen. Is I'm just going to leave them available with some overlap between the two episodes. And that is the only time that there will ever be overlap between episodes. It's only going to be available in the description though, because I have to replace the audio like track on this. I have to replace the Klingon track. But if you want to watch it, you'll still be able to watch it till about 8 p.m. today, as of the episode's release, which is the 5th. And you'll be able to watch it till about 8 p.m. and that'll just be standard from now on. Anyways, on to the actual episode, because I want to talk a bit about community, because I have been feeling, especially since COVID, that we've kind of just, the community has kind of just fallen apart as like a concept. And since COVID and with like the internet and everything, I feel like my generation especially is the first one that's grown up without that real sense of community. And that just makes me so sad, honestly. I've always wanted to feel like a proper community. Like the only times I've ever really felt something like that are in like maybe a church, or if you're in like rural areas where it's mainly just older people anyways who are gonna end up staying off their phones, like, or just around family, because like your family can be your community. But that's like the only time I've ever really felt a community, and that's never been at home. And like especially in the US, like I feel like everything is purposefully designed to just keep you as far away from the rest of your community as possible. Like suburbs just sprawling out everywhere, and like just the constant call to just be on your phone all the time. And like sure, you have online communities, but I feel like we've given up in-person communities for those online communities. Like I don't even know the names of like all of my neighbors, let alone like my neighbors a house down or two. I don't know the last time I've talked with them. I feel like some of them I haven't properly talked to in years, and I've lived next to them almost my whole life. And it's just it's a bit sad, honestly, that's just not the case anymore. And I want this year in particular to be a year where if something is bothering me, I do something about it. And making like connection with your community isn't actually like a super difficult thing to do. You can do it in steps. And yes, there has been like a bigger barrier to properly making connections with your community now, with like the fact that third places have basically gone extinct, but you can still do it. And I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to go over and start inviting my neighbors over for dinner. And yeah, I think that's a pretty easy thing to do. Like, I don't know the last time I was invited over to dinner for somewhere just out of nowhere. Like, I mean, how else are you going to meet people? You just, like, there really isn't any other ways to meet people. And I live next to these people, so I'm just going to go over, knock on the door and invite them over to dinner. Now, today I'm not going to be able to do that, at least as of recording, because today is Easter, and I'm guessing they have their Easter celebrations and stuff, and I have my own Easter celebrations, and like I already ate dinner today, so I'm probably not going to be cooking dinner, but I want to make an effort. I want to actually I'm tired of just sitting around and being sad about things that I can actually do something about. And yes, it might be harder to do them, and like we weren't taught how to do that. At least my generation was not taught. I'm Gen Z, by the way, I'm 22. But like we weren't really taught how to interact with our neighbors. We grew up online. Like I grew up on the internet basically. Like YouTube was my was what I watched. YouTube was my TV. Like my friends are on Discord or like Zoom or or even Skype before that. But like not really my neighbors as much, especially as I've gotten older. Like when I was a young kid, yeah, I used to go outside and like play basketball and hang out with my friends and like play some football or just run around and do general kid things, but I have not really done that since COVID. And like now all my friends live pretty far away and it's hard to coordinate with them because, well, they live so far and like we've all got work. Like they need to drive, like some of them need to drive like over an hour to get here. And like I have some friends that just don't even live in the state anymore that I still call with. But like in-person friends, it's just difficult to coordinate. But I have neighbors. I can go ask them. I can go hang out with them, but I just haven't. And I feel like it's just something that not a lot of people do either. Because, like, I mean, my neighbors haven't really reached out to me asking if I want to come over for dinner or something. And, you know, I don't really know anybody that has done that recently. But I feel like that used to happen all the time. Like, I feel like I remember hearing about that. And just community used to be a much bigger, more important thing. And I want that. Like, I want to be able to have a community. I want to feel like I am part of the community because honestly, it's just sad that I don't feel that way. And I just want that to be the case. And I can do something about it. You can do something about it too. And you should. People should go out and try and be a part of their community. Figure out what their neighbors are like. Figure out just meet people. Go hang out. Get off your phone. And it is more difficult than it used to be, yes, but it's not impossible, and we can take steps to bring people closer together. Anyways, bye-bye.